Welcome, ladies and gents. Today I am bringing you a nice little off-meta sleeper Stasis Hunter build that is actually really viable in anything high-end. The gameplay you're going to be seeing here is Legend Onslaught with my two friends. But honestly, I've used this in multiple GMs. Anything high-end it's really capable of just destroying everything. It is a bit aggressive and has a bit of a skill gap, so you do kind of have to have a learning curve with it. Take some practice, because even I overextend and get myself killed sometimes. But yeah, we're going to be running a Stasis Hunter here with the exotic gauntlets called Renewal Grasps. As of recently with Onslaught, these things have become a lot more popular, but I still don't really see many people use them. I personally love them. These are just basically going to make it where our dust field grenades are massive. As you can see in the gameplay, they cover everything. And basically what it does is when we are inside the dust field or the enemy is inside the dust field, we will take less damage and they will do less damage. And that also applies to our teammates. I believe, I don't know the exact stats, but I believe it's around 75% damage reduction, which is pretty huge. In this build, we're going to be combining that with a whole bunch of mods, whole bunch of fragments, basically just to give us infinite dust field grenades to throw back and forth. As you can see in the gameplay, by just watching my grenade meter, you can see it go up constantly, non-stop, to give us a good amount of dust field grenades always being thrown. This build also features Lament. You don't have to use it, but I use it because I just like getting my health back from using Lament if I ever am low by getting aggressive in my dust field grenade. So that's basically the gist of the whole build. Now let me go into my inventory and actually show you everything you need to have equipped to be able to use this. There will also be a dim link in the description if you don't want to watch this part of the video, and that way you can just copy and paste the build exactly to your character. Now I'm going to show you exactly what to have equipped on your build to be able to basically duplicate and replicate what I'm doing in the gameplay. We're going to be on Revenant Hunter subclass. The only thing here that's really important is Dust Field Grenade. You definitely need this for the entire build to work. For aspects, we're going to have Grim Harvest. This will make it where every time we defeat a slowed or frozen combatant, we will create a Stasis Shard. We're also going to have Touch of Winter. This is going to be used to basically just boost the size of our Dust Field Grenade. For aspects, Whisper of Fissures. This is just to increase the damage of our Stasis Crystals. Whisper of Durance. This will make it where the slow that we use or apply from our Dust Field Grenade or melee will last way longer. We have Whisper of Shards. This makes it where anytime we shatter a Stasis Crystal, it'll boost our grenade recharge rate. This is by far the most important fragment we have in this entire section. You want to make sure you're destroying Stasis Crystals all the time. We have Whisper of Chains. Basically, anytime we're near someone frozen or a Stasis Crystal, we will have additional damage reduction. And then Whisper of Torment. Every time we take damage, we also get a boost to our grenade energy. Now, for weapons for this build, it's pretty lenient. There isn't anything you really need to run for it to work. It's up to you. I run Mountaintop Zalies. And then the only thing I will heavily recommend is Lament. The Lament does a lot of damage, yes, and it has anti-barrier, but I use it because when I use this build, I like to get aggressive. Sometimes too aggressive, I will get myself killed. But what this will let you do is anytime you run into a dust field and there's enemies in there, yeah, you're gonna have insane damage reduction, but if something steps in there and actually does hit hard and you lose a big chunk of health, just damage them with Lament's like charge up form or whatever, and you'll gain all your health back. It's a nice little rotation of gaining health to damage reduction. The only other thing I've sometimes used on this build is a gun with demo. I like Smite of Rain with demo, Firefly, or sometimes Battler with demo, Incandescent. It's really up to you. Now, our exotic armor is Renewal Grasp. This is what carries this entire build, makes this build actually usable, because Hunter Stasis without this isn't really the best at the moment. This will make it where our dust field grenades will have a way bigger radius, and then anytime an enemy is in the dust field grenade or we are in the dust field grenade, we will take less damage. I'm not too sure on the numbers, but I believe if we are in the dust field grenade and the enemy shooting us is in the dust field grenade, it will take like 75% less damage, which is cracked. On our helmet, we're running a siphon here. You basically just want to run whatever siphon matches the element to the gun you're using. And then I run special ammo finder just because I'm using Mountaintop and I love having full ammo on Mountaintop at all times. Run whatever ammo finder you prefer. Arms, we're going to run Grenade Kickstart, just so anytime we do throw our grenade, we do get a little chunk of energy back just to boost start our grenade energy. We're also going to run 2 copies of Impact Induction so that when our grenade is gone, we can do damage with 2 of our melees and it will give us a huge boost of grenade energy. On chest piece, we're going to run 3 resistances. I run Concussive Dampener, Void, and Solar, but honestly, put whatever you prefer here. Legs, we're going to run Innervation, 2 of them. This will just make it where every time we pick up a Orb of Power, we also get grenade energy. And then Stacks on Stacks, where it'll just basically double the amount of armor charges we get per orb. And then here we're going to run 2 copies of Bomber and 1 of Distribution. Just makes it where when we dodge, we get a huge chunk of grenade energy and also some melee energy. As you can tell, everything here is basically all around getting our grenades up as much as possible. Now for stat distribution, spec into resilience first, and then go into discipline, and then go into strength. But yeah, this right here, that's the whole build. Now I'm just gonna basically show you some more gameplay and go over how to properly run the build. All right, so now that you've seen exactly what to run, I'm gonna tell you exactly how to properly use this build. It's pretty straightforward. I'm mainly gonna talk about it in onslaught terms, but also you can kind of correlate this to Grandmasters. If there ever is a huge group of enemies or a big spawn of enemies, or even like a really tough yellow bar, just throw a dust field grenade at them. You can either get aggressive and push and stand in the dust field grenade and use lament, or if you're not using lament, you can throw the dust field grenade. They'll do less damage, and you can just sit there and basically while on them with your weapons. The dust field grenade will then also create a stasis crystal. You basically want to always be shooting that to make sure you're proccing our one fragment. That makes it we're destroying a stasis crystal. Gives us basically a boost in our grenade recharge. From there, basically just make sure you're grabbing orbs, killing things, make sure you're just doing, you know, playing the game, and you'll eventually just earn your grenade back, and you'll rinse and repeat. This build has insane lockdown just off the pure amount of freezing and slow, but also increased insane survivability, strictly just of how strong dust field grenades are. It also boosts teammates. There'll also be multiple times where there's a res in a bad spot. You can throw it down on the res and safely go get it. I mainly wanted to show you guys this build and just showcase it just because I feel like hunters nowadays are damn near forced to either use something like Celestial or like the Orpheus Rig Tether. And that can get kind of dry and stale. So here's an alternative for you guys if you guys don't want to use those no more. But yeah, after seeing this, if you have any other recommendations or changes to the build you'd like to see or you think that are better, go ahead and critique me in the comments. Let me know what you would add to it. I'm sure people will be looking down there and would like to know any other alternatives to stuff. Also, if you'd like to see any other builds from me in the future, if you have a favorite exotic, favorite weapon, favorite armor subclass that you would like to see a build or an in-game meta build for, please let me know down below and I'll gladly make it and hopefully post a video on it. If you are new here, feel free to subscribe. Basically just post build videos. It's really about it. I might dabble in some other stuff once Final Shape comes out. But yeah, I'm just gonna let the rest of the gameplay play out, let it speak for itself, and all you fine ladies and gentlemen, have a great rest of your day.